This is 2 cents nonsense. Me and this guy talk nonsense about 2 cents and 2 cents about nonsense.
That's correct.
Or the other way around, something like that, right?
Some way, shape,
Yeah.
or form.
Usually we start off with a battle to the death.
Yeah, normally.
And I think
Truce.
we should.
Truce.
No, I think we should. I think we should go ahead and do this. This is a special episode. This is our dozen.
This is a
Dozen. For you viewers, battle to the death. We play rock, paper, scissors. Best out of 3.
Best out of 3.
Whoever loses has to pick from Magical Jar of Wisdom or whatever we. I knew it too.
I know.
I knew it. Maybe I meant to go into the Jar of Wisdom.
A jar of
We have to have
nonsense.
something. Yeah, jar of nonsense.
There has to be some change. Is that what you're saying? You have to make sure.
It's not very wise. It's actually pretty dumb.
It's not dumb. I think it's cool.
Governments threatening encryption.
Oh man.
Governments threatening encryption. Where are you at?
How do you feel about that?
I don't even know what you mean.
So governments have been like kicking this idea around, right? That, encryption's bad, and government should have access to everything. And
You've been
encryption.
kicking that idea around?
No, the government's been kicking that
Okay,
idea around.
okay.
So in Australia, they've gotten like a lot farther than we have here. Like in Australia, there's some Nazis.
So what are they threatening?
They're threatening about making back doors and encryption.
Oh, they're saying
Yeah.
encrypt it, sure, go for it, but
Yeah.
we have
need
to
access all
be
the
able to
time
see it.
to everything. We need
The
access.
Zodiac. Traumatized. Plastic into oils.
Yeah.
It is super awesome, dude. I'm going to try to explain this super quick. But basically, you're charcoaling it. How you would charcoal wood. And then you're distilling it. So it's like a charcoaler and distiller all in one, to where you're distilling basically the chemicals that are left over. And that can be turned into a
the
biofuel.
plastic.
A gasoline. Out of the plastic. So you have this tube.
Petroleum-based plastics.
Yes. You have this tube that looks like a time capsule. Right?
Okay.
You fill all that with plastic. Super high temp. Resilient.
Yeah.
And then you have to seal it perfectly. You also have to get all the oxygen out of it. Just like when you're charcoaling something. Because you don't want it to burn. You just want it to get really hot. And it starts basically like evaporating.
So it's just like charcoal.
Yeah, so you have a container. And then you have a container inside of that container that contains plastic.
Mm-hmm.
And then it comes out and it goes into a condenser.
The worm.
It goes in, yeah, it goes into the condenser. And then it comes out as a biofuel.
Here's an instructable for teachers. Pyrolysis. It is a thermochemical decomposition of organic material at elevated temperature without the
Pyrolysis?
participation of oxygen. Pyrolysis.
Yeah, that's how you make methanol. Taking out the oxygen doesn't allow the plastic to burn, so it never releases.
Pyrolysis. It never burns up all those. It doesn't transform the chemicals the same way.
Yeah, so it's never a harmful chemical that's coming out.
It's not combusting.
Yeah, it's the same chemicals basically that went into it.
I mean, I'm sure if you drank the oil, it'd be a harmful chemical.
You don't drink the oil. Do not drink the oil.
Two dietary pyrolysis.
Yeah.
This is crazy because they have like little, it's like projects for teachers and online that tell you how to do it.
Yeah. It's.
So what's the efficiency? There's got to be an efficiency.
The efficiency is that you can power your steam engine with it. Off of your recycled plastic.
A kilo of waste can yield up to a liter of fuel, whereas the incineration of the same quantity of plastic would produce 3 kilos of CO2. This technology is growing in popularity and in demand.
The right way. Taxes aren't needed.
Commercial machines for home are still expensive, but the following method you can convert waste plastic to fuel all by yourself.
Huh. By your what?
By yourself.
By your government?
No, by your gosh darn self. All by myself.
By your government protected monopoly.
All by myself. And we're cleaning up the world instead of throwing it in the ocean? It makes no fucking sense.
We could have as many straws as we wanted and then use them to power our houses.
No, we can't do that. If you power your own house, it's illegal.
Whoa.
Maybe people should power their own houses anyway.
Speaking of energy. Energy solutions have been around for a long time that allow you to supply it yourself.
Yeah, for sure. Definitely.
It's been around since like ancient times. Like the Bronze Age.
Is that how ancient is that? Well, there was a Baghdad battery. And that's pretty cool. Let me look that up. How old is the Baghdad battery?
Yeah, look that up.
Let's see how old that is.
But,
talking about old.
So, I think that everybody should be able to supply their own energy. I believe that we have the technology to where everybody should be able to supply their own home.
We have fuel everywhere, evidently, with all this
5 kilowatts
plastic laying around. And
yeah.
Let's see here.
So
Baghdad battery was 150 either about 150 BC to 223 AD.
What'd they use?
They use clay pot, copper, a copper sleeve, and acids, and that's they made a battery.
Yeah.
And they had copper that came out.
What was one of the greatest inventions as far as transportation goes?
Yeah.
What was that?
One of the greatest inventions as far as transportation goes.
At least in our
one of the greatest advances in transportation, like just a huge leap, I would say it would be like trains.
Trains. See, I think you had a hint since you already knew we was talking about steam.
Yeah. I was trying.
That's not fair. That's not fair.
Trying not to.
I hope you commented down below. Serious.
I mean, there's a million different things. I was gonna say the bicycle.
You know how the
I was
steam
gonna
engine.
straight out say the bicycle.
Okay.
Because no longer did you have to feed the horse. You just had to feed yourself. That's pretty cool. Bicycles.
And deal with having to be on heights and stuff.
It's super awesome. Giant wheels. We got
But
there. Think about that.
Steam engine. Super powerful mechanism. And this steam engine, which is why we bring up the earlier civilizations, has been around forever. They've been using steam power since The Bronze Age, like I said.
Yeah, the Bronze Age. I don't know the ages, bro. I wish I did. The Bronze Age was cool though because they took tin and.
Well, that's what they figured out. They figured out how to make a steam engine called the Hero, is what we call it.
The Hero. I've heard you say this before, and I've never seen one of these.
Yeah.
I've not seen it.
To be honest with you, I've only seen it work. Let me see your can. I've only seen it work online. And it's the Hero engine. And what you do is you take a can, you don't open it. So you don't open your can, and you poke a hole on this side, then you poke a hole on this side.
Okay.
Right? So on opposite sides. Then you direct them in opposite ways.
It's a spinny thing. It's like a little jet.
Then you heat it up. So what we're going to do is we've actually already done it.
I haven't done it.
I did it.
When? When did you do it?
Well,
Oh,
I haven't done it, but
Okay.
I've already poked the holes in things.
Yeah.
We've already got a nice little
Hey, I made the stand,
thing.
bro.
He made the stand.
Yeah.
And we're going to see if this thing works. It's the Hero engine.
The Hero engine.
And it is a steam engine.
I like the old-timey twine. I think that stuff's nice. I like it. Some.
I mean, poof, magic. This is basically a Hero engine.
This is a Hero engine. And what would you
Yes.
use something like this for?
Well,
To look cool?
yes,
Okay.
exactly. Well, whenever there's force, there's energy.
Yeah, but this doesn't. I don't see
I mean,
the
this-
efficiency in trends.
This is just a example.
Okay.
If it even works. I don't know if this will work. I just put this together in like 10 minutes.
Cool.
So, but if I can put this together in 10 minutes, then we can produce a little bit of oomph. I mean, there's no reason somebody needs to be drinking spoiled water or contaminated water.
Well, a shirt and some fire is always good. You know what's really good is those little charcoal at the bottom, those natural, the natural filters. You know, put some sand down in there on top of the charcoal.
Yeah.
And then you put the dirt on top of
Yeah.
that, and then you put
So we're going to let this heat up. I don't have a burner, so we're just going to use a candle and put it in here so that
we should have made a burner. Do we have another couple cans already?
we should have made a
I can
burner.
go ahead and start making a burner.
Oh, we're okay. We'll see how this
Alcohol
goes.
burner. What do they call it? Penny burners or rock? What is it? Rocket?
Penny
Penny
burner where you can put them down and then there's chemicals and it goes and it goes.
Yeah. I can make
Yeah.
those out of can.
Voting.
Voting.
What's your take on voting? I mean, not who you're voting for. I'm not asking that, but duty.
I think it's your right as an American. It's your duty as an American to make a conscious decision about voting. Because you cannot say that you didn't take part in it. Because no matter what decision you make, you still made a decision. And that's how I feel about it.
I'm gonna have to go with Getty.
Getty?
Yeah.
Who's that?
If you don't make a decision, you still made a choice.
Yeah. Who's that? Who's Getty?
Geddy Lee, singer from Rush.
Oh, man.
Yeah, bro.
Nice. Good. Good stuff. Good quote right there.
But we're still waiting on this thing to spin.
Man, you didn't tell me how you feel about the encryption thing.
The encryption?
Yeah.
Yeah, the encryption.
The government wants the backdoors and all the encryption.
Yeah, well, I mean, obviously, that's an infringement on anybody's individual liberties.
Yeah. Forcing people like that. But they've been trying to sneak it in, man, and I've been going to. So every once in a while, I'll go to those, little tech conference kind of things.
Yeah.
Or meetups or whatever they are.
Yeah.
And sometimes you'll get the government guys at the very end trying to push that agenda too, because they act like anybody who uses.
The Pope shows up and he's like, "Hey, will you sign this?
We need ethics for our AI." And Google's like, "Psh, it's just the Pope, man. We don't even have anybody to send out there this week."
I mean, it's got some movement going on. It's starting to
Got a little bit of.
it's starting to do some things.
Yeah, it's got a little life of its own there for sure.
Yeah, yeah. So we're just kind of waiting for it to start spinning here.
Yeah, man. If the government has backdoor into all the encryption, let's say, to all of the things, like, your connection to your bank or your personal stuff or you all of those things,
You act like they don't already.
No. Well, there's things that they don't have access to.
Oh no, they definitely.
There's things they don't have
If they
access
want
to.
access to it, I promise you, they have access to it.
They better get a couple of years head start if they
All you're saying right now
decide to want
is
access
they're
to
not
it.
watching that person.
I'm just saying that then it's self-tyranny, but the fact that it's going to be so ubiquitous that they don't have to even do their job to go try to find it. The point is, and that's beside what you were saying, the point is that, the government would never, leak something like that. They would never accidentally let that backdoor get into the hands of the wrong people. I mean, that's just that. There's no way that happened. Oh, well, except for like that time that the Ghidra, the reverse engineering suite got leaked from that. Oh no, they gave that away on purpose.
Government is evil.
What about
Right.
those other leaks? Huh?
Government is evil.
Yeah.
If you believe in the Constitution, you believe government is evil.
No,
That's why we have a Constitution.
There's plenty of people out there that would disagree.
Well, they disagree with our founding fathers.
Well, I don't believe the term evil was used.
It's a necessary evil.
So they did use the term evil.
They did use the term evil.
Ah.
So that means if it's evil,
Yes.
it is already past the plane
So I
of
believe
good.
it's evil, but I didn't know that they actually said it was evil. Do you think they were being, facetious or that was a euphemism? Maybe allegorical? No? You think they were being
No,
literal?
they were saying government was evil because at the time that was before the Declaration of Independence was signed.
After.
Before.
The Constitution was after.
Of course, but that the government is evil.
Oh yeah, the government's evil. The government's been evil since before Babylonian times.
Yeah, that's what they knew.
Yeah.
They said it was a necessary evil.
Now, how necessary it is the question, right?
I guess. Consent is really the question.
There you go. I like that. Consent is important.
It's very important.
Yeah. Consent is the number one thing.
'Cause, I mean, what are we consenting to at this moment?
Well, I never consented to like 90% of the shit the government talks about.
Yeah, I was kind of just born here.
Yeah. And then like halfway through our lives, the air isn't ours anymore.
The air is not ours. We do not have any airspace.
Wow.
And we cannot get this thing to spin. It is actually spun in the opposite direction.
Is it going in the other way? And I think that's just because the twine wants to untangle.
Oh, it's hot.
Is it hot as fuck? Let's try to see if we can get a little bit right up under, get that boil going. Oh yeah. Get a little boily. Yeah, it's not boily yet.
We did not have enough energy to create energy. Moral of the story, it didn't work.
Efficiency matters.
It does. It does. And our little candles don't cut it. Well, one didn't even burn it.
This was a real ghetto setup. But I think, and I do believe, that if we could have just had the candle up under it long enough, it, a little bit hotter.
Yeah, smaller holes, less water.
Maybe more water. I like the more water. Man, that thing is cranking. Look at that baby go.
Maybe.
All together.
Speaking of defeat, this video is sponsored by this.
We
Failed with this, but it's really hot.
But we're not done.
It almost started working. It started puffing and huffing, and we wanted to wait a minute before it started spinning around.
Yeah.
And then the candle dwindled down on us.
It was really a half-baked plan altogether.
It really was. Like two minutes ago, I was like, hey, we're gonna do this real quick in the video.
Yeah.
He's like, okay, here's a stand. I was like, sweet, that works.
Yeah, man.
Now we're here failed. I'm gonna blame the stand.
Dude, that's a stout.
As a stand, it's great.
Perfect stand.
As a hero engine stand, it's horrible.
I think it's the can, man. I think it's the can. I'm blaming the can.
We cannot blame the can. And this duct tape does not sponsor us. These people sponsor us. This sponsors us. This right here. I mean, over here. Or up there. Or over here. Sponsors us. And this is 2 cents of nonsense. We're done with our nonsense, I think, right?
Yeah.
We're done with our nonsense. We have failed.
I'm just installing software.